A 12-year-old girl with a lost cat climbs down a sewer. 40 minutes later, a stranger hears a girl crying. The American alligator is one of the largest reptiles in the world, weighing from 450 to 500 pounds. The length of an adult varies from 13 to 18 feet long. The tail is about half of the length, and its scientific name is Alligator mississippiensis. The American alligator is an amazing reptile, having survived almost unchanged since the time of the dinosaurs. Having been hunted almost for extinction, this reptile has made an amazing comeback in recent years, inhabiting almost every body of water in Florida. Alligators are related in the same family as the crocodile, but these two animals are very different. An alligator's upper jaw overlaps the lower jaw. Alligators have a broad snout, while crocodiles have a very narrow snout. Alligators are much less aggressive and energetic than crocodiles. In this video, we will all be fascinated on how a 12-year-old kid located something surprising underneath the flood drains. Hannah Seiler is a 12-year-old girl who lives in Pascagoula, Mississippi, USA, who just last Monday around January 7th of this year, she was out searching for her missing cat when she thought to check the storm drain. The schoolgirl decided to peer down the drain just outside of their house to start looking for her beloved pet. Then all of a sudden she had no idea she would stumble upon something much more terrifying. Hannah continued searching for her cat. She stared into the darkness and saw two yellow eyes staring back at her, but they did not belong to her cat. No, they belonged to a massive alligator who was somehow stuck down there in the sewer. She was surprised and automatically screamed, and her neighbor heard her yelling and ran to help. Brooke Snow, 25, who lives next door to Hannah, hurried to aid her. They looked inside and there was an alligator. They waited a minute and took a second glance. It was really an alligator, according to them. So then, Brooke took out her phone, took a picture, and called the authorities. Within 2 minutes, animal control officers arrived at Columbus Drive, Pascagoula, and began working to excavate the animal. They trapped a large reptile, making sure that it wouldn't be able to escape towards a different direction. The two officers were caught on camera wrangling the reptile out of the sewer with a pole and a rope as the creature twisted from side to side and chomped its jaws. But since it was longer than 7 feet long, the guys from Animal Control needed the assistance of professional trappers. The Mississippi Department of Wildlife and Fisheries officers came to help rescue the alligator. Eventually, they subdued the creature by sitting on top of its body and securing its arms while flattening its jaw on the ground. Safely pulled the massive alligator out of the sewer. The alligator was covered in bloody patches from its time in the sewer. Trevor Hodgins, 18, a student at Mississippi Community College, caught the terrifying moment on camera. He said, "I was frightened, but I've dealt with alligators in the past. We live in the South. We see alligators pretty often, but I've never seen one in a sewer before." Pascagoula Police Captain Doug Adams said, "We have a lot of alligators around Pascagoula because we are surrounded by water, but it's unusual to get one in a drain pipe, especially one this size. It was unfortunate it was there in a way, but it was also fortunate that it was there and not just roaming around people's yards," he added. According to data from the Centers for Disease Control, alligators are responsible for 1 death per year in the United States. However, Florida alone averages 10 alligator bites per year. Alligator attacks made headlines in 2018, when a South Carolina woman was killed while walking her dog. A Florida woman was injured when a gator attacked her during a swim, and a Florida man sustained serious injury when attacked at his retirement community. Thank goodness the child saw the alligator, because otherwise it would have died in that sewer. We have no idea how long it was in there. Our licensed trappers, Mississippi wildlife officials, later released the reptile into a river outside the city. As Gandhi once said, "The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the ways its animals are treated." Could you imagine a world without animals? What a paler place it would be. Astonishing amounts of animals are considered critically endangered and near extinction. If we would like these animals to be around for future generations, we cannot hesitate in our efforts to help them. Animals are important in life. Animals therefore need to be helped because the destruction of one species can adversely affect the entire ecosystem. We can be of help even in simple ways, just like Hannah did. Animals are also essential for the existence of an ecosystem. we can conclude that helping them would not only require the individual's efforts, but also that of the entire community and law enforcement agencies. Let's start now before it's too late. Do you want to watch more inspiring stories? Who knows, you might be the one featured in our next video.